I'm pushing up anybody I want to. That's on blood.
Rue is a big guy. Like, his arms fill up the uniform top. Like, he is a huge guy. I mean, I'm worried about him, you know, trying me.
Put that move on there. What you gonna give me then? Think about pushing up on my man. Y'all mind you think about pushing up on my man.
The next thing I know is Rue walked into a cell, took this dude's commissary, and I was like, I feel like, you know, he's about to jump me for my commissary items. Rue can have it. I mean, my life ain't worth $1 or $2, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not about to get stabbed over some foolishness.
That door is open, can't you see? Who on this?
Being in jail in the midst of this violent gang culture, it is disorienting. A big, scary guy. I don't know his name, but he is taking people's stuff. I feel like this could become dangerous or problematic.
Like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, you want my boy?
I'm pushing up anybody I want to.
Monte, though.
Oh, Monte, let go, Pop.
What's going on? Why you walking up on me, bro?
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. If I walk away, I'm gonna swing on you next time. What's wrong? It don't matter. It don't
Bro, you not telling nothing to me.
What do you do? I ain't no drunk. I'm real right. Say something. I'm high.
You could hear him fighting it out, and it literally heard like somebody was hitting their hand on a wall.
If someone takes you into a room, they can beat you up, and the officers aren't going to see it. And that's extremely distressing.
Immediately, you can see Trey's nose was so swollen. Rue is a big guy. Trey, on the other hand, is bones and skin, and you got to give props to Trey for taking that beating like that and not even snitching, not saying a word.
I said both of y'all.
Monte decided he needed to protect Trey. So Rue went into Monte's cell and took this dude's commissary.
Y'all need to have some peace. What the wrong with you up there? I ain't finna touch him.
The guards asked what was going on, and Monte said that, they're about to jump me. Even I knew that wasn't good, that you're about to snitch on somebody. You could get murdered in here for something like that.
Come on. Let's do it.
And one thing about jail, you can always expect a fight to go down.
4 gangbangers surrounded the cell and wouldn't let anybody in. And that's how that goes. The gang members protect each other.
Come on in the room. Get caught, bro. Get caught.
Don't go down there. Don't go down there, Judge.
I had no idea what was happening. So I'm questioning, why are they not trying to stop this? My intention was just to tell them, hey guys, stop. It's not worth it, because if someone really gets hurt or someone dies, you're gonna regret this.
15 blood, 17 blood, 18 blood, 19 blood.
Really wasn't a fight, it was beatdown where the gang members protect each other. When there are gangland things going on, that's not the time to interject. If T-Bone was on the street, he would have killed that man. I promise you that. He would have ended his life.
After T-Bone looked at me, I'm like, yo, I was nervous.
Stay out of my business, bro. Watch your mouth.
So I just needed to stay away and just like regroup myself.
Bucci's becoming a target. He interjected himself at just the wrong time. He's not reading the situation out there very well. How dangerous this is. I'm really fearful for Bucci. Bucci put himself in the line of fire by trying to interject and be a peacemaker and whatnot. He didn't understand the rules associated with gangland activity. But I can't let them beat up Bucci. I can't.
The rest of the night, don't talk to anybody over there, no matter what they say, because I was listening to they're ready to go.
At me?
Yeah.
I didn't have any fear because I'm confident that I will f them up.
Were they targeting
I know what's going on.
He's a wrestler. He came in first saying, nobody's gonna mess with me. I can do this, I can do that. Bucci, I'm an MMA fighter. I can't do this and that to 5 guys.
Matt overheard they want to get Bucci in the shower. So I warned Bucci right away.
Hey. What's up? Just came down. What the?
What?
Kind of fucking want to play again. Some guy wrote up on me. I was
What?
like, no, hold up. They were going to jump me. They get me in the shower.
You lying.
I don't want to see Bucci hurt.
I was going to act pissed off that I just got off the phone just to throw them off.
I'm very helpful with people, talking to people, helping people out. So then I said, you know what, just to really clear every air, I have to do something no one would expect from me. I have to do something outrageous. Nah, that.
Johnny said that, in his view, that he's not impressed with Bucci. The energy that he's putting out right now may, in fact, be a tough guy facade to protect himself. But the worry in his eyes tells me that there is a fright in him right now because he realizes, with all those guys, this is big beyond his ability.
Poncho and I, we just got along well, and it was just kind of like having a college roommate or something. So, I mean, he knows I have his back.
Oh, you were saying what earlier? Somebody what?
That nigga walked that lane, that new.
Who?
The new. He walks up on me like, damn, bro, people telling me you said I'm lame.
Apparently, Poncho had told one of his buddies, Mook, that Jeremiah was lame. Somehow that word made it around to Jeremiah. So Poncho said, hey, I think I think something's gonna go down tomorrow. I was real worried because he's my cellmate, and I mean, obviously something bad's about to happen because the officers have zero control of the inmates. You're not gonna get any help from the guards, that's for sure. Sure enough, Jeremiah just came up and blindsided him. Poncho wasn't even expecting it. And I was like, damn, I can't do anything to help you.
Come back here, man. Hey, Mike, come outside in that. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Yeah, what's up?
There's a lot of gang members in here, and I'm not about to step in that turf and get in the way of anything like that because that could be dangerous. It's scary just to think that not one officer ever showed up. Nobody seemed like they even gave it. So yeah, I'm out of luck if someone wants to fight me because I know I'm not gonna get any help. I don't think the officers have any control over anything in this jail. It's an inmate-run facility, is basically what it is. The officers don't do anything except tell us when to eat and when to sleep. Other than that, good luck getting assistance from them on anything.
I feel like the scenario that's developing is probably calculated to bring the worst out in me. And then of late with Tebow, it's not good for me right now. Because if I continue, I know what'll happen. I don't want to be put in a situation where I'm gonna have to really do something on camera that I'm capable of doing. That if I get in a fight in there, my son will become a target because they know that he's my son. And I promise you that will happen. I'm the man in the saddle. I'm alpha. Watch out. Watch out.
We were all sitting on the E on grub time, and I sat down, Matt sat down, and there was a bag of cloth there, so I put it on the floor.
Tebow's friend accused me of throwing his clothing on the floor. Apparently there's a code in jail that you don't touch another man's bag. You especially don't put it on the floor.
Hey, look, when we're eating, you don't leave it on the table. We're eating, we're someplace else. I'm serious. Don't come at me like this. I didn't touch it. Don't come at me like that again. Don't come at me like that. I'm saying, I didn't touch it. Don't come at me like that. Okay? Don't accuse me of it.
He goes and he snitches on me to Tebow. And then he talked to someone, whomever, through the door. My son's next door. So I'm worried about my son. This has turned me upside down. This has almost destroyed me. I know I'm a target in one way or another. And if I fight with Tebow, I fight with any of them, my son's an immediate target. They've got buddies on my son's side. This is where it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just safety, your son's safety.
Protect my son. You gotta get rid of this gang. If they choose not to, I have to attack. If Tebow goes, I stay. It's as simple as that. And if somebody doesn't move him out, I will tap.
I'm telling you what's going on. You're gonna have a hole in the chain gang. Wherever he is, he got one.
I pride myself on my ability to think and assess situations that I did not do very well this time. To the point where I was suffering a mortal threat because of it. I'm no dad. I'm just disgusted.
It is absolutely inevitable that something is going to go down, and it will pull me in.
This is my roommate right here, Andrew.
My son then, by that association, will be under mortal threat. I guarantee you I would take Tebow out, and then I would have hell to pay. The whole thing, it's bothering me so much, I gotta go.
So I achieve the signal.
Being in that pod any longer becomes, I think, a mortal threat to my son. Given the tendency to violence, my reaction will be response in kind. I don't want to act that way anymore. I want Andrew to be safe. So I'm falling on my sword for my son.
So you want out?
I am conflicted because I know how much he wants me here. But I also know that what I'm doing is for him.
Are you ready to say goodbye?
Saying goodbye to him. That will be the most devastating moment of my life. And it will be. My whole life.
When I first got back to the hotel after being released, it was crazy because, you know, that's the first time my freedom's been taken away and then given back to me. So it feels like it's really, you know, a whole new life. Oh my God, dude. This is so crazy. I'm ready to call my wife and just let her know that I'm out.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
What are you doing? I'm out. Like I'm not in jail.
Free man.
I know. And I'm drinking a beer too. So this is great. So anyway, I just wanted to call and tell you that I was out. So I'm sure I'll be calling you in just a little bit though, because I'm gonna take a shower and get cleaned up.
Okay.
All right, love you.
Love you.
Yeah, brother. How are you doing? Your boy? Who? Well, your boy you get in a fight with?
Oh, no, I ain't messing with him.
What was that all about?
A girl.
Huh?
Yeah.
This is a guy, young kid, Gerard. They call him Hot Rod, and he just got in a fight with his friend Patrick. He came into my cell because he was looking for toothpaste, I think it was. So that was my opportunity to get him while he was down. Hey, but you know what? Let me tell you something real quick. I know you know all this and all that, but when I was I was a leader of a gang, right? And the difference between when I saw it out there and what we used to do is that we never swung on another because that's just, we're brothers. You know, even though we're in a gang, we're brothers. We're about a brother. It's hard to get into these guys because different kind of guys. These guys are really gangbangers. They're as real as it's gonna get. And me, I'm the only one that had been there, seen it, done it. So I know that I can get in them, you know, in their hearts or in their mind. What I'm thinking is, you have way too much talent. See where you come from, man. You got so much talent. I guarantee if I look you up in 5 years, you're gonna be way beyond this, and you're gonna be something else. You know what I mean? You're wasting time. There's a song called "Wasted Days and Wasted Nights." Rap about one. Make her a rap for me. Wasted days and wasted nights. That means you're wasting your time, your days, and when you could have been doing something so much productive. I wanted to have him write a song, and I was trying to get him hyped, and I saw his spirits go up right there. And I saw his eyes open wide, and I knew that he's listening, you know, and I just know that he was my main one I wanted to grab. All right, brother. I'm serious though, man. Seriously. All right, brother? Seriously. I pray for you, man.
My life. Hey, I got a little bit of something. You got it? I got a little bit. Like, I'm wasting my life. No. Seems like everything's right, but God's telling me no. No. That's just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I'm wasting my life. No.
It meant a lot for me to finally get a hold of Hot Rod, and it means a lot to me when I'm able to just get a hold of just one of them one-on-one.
No, seems like everything's right, but God telling me no, you're wrong. I like it.
You know, a man only can take so much. A human being can only take so much.
So you want out?
I would say that yes, in your terms, I want out.
It's hard to pull you out at this time of night because nobody gets released at this time of night.
No, not tonight, but I mean...
Or even tomorrow, any time at night.
So tomorrow, what time would it be?
In the morning.
Then my goodbye for Andrew would come almost in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
In the moment I said goodbye to Andrew, I was feeling deep, dark despair, and I felt like I let him down.
They're so soft.
I didn't expect him to leave. It was surprising, but I think my biggest response was just feeling bad for him and wishing that I could somehow help him. I could tell in his voice that he was broken up about it. I told him, look, you don't have to worry about me. You worry about yourself, and you do what you think is right. If you feel like you need to leave, you should leave.
Choosing to leave your son in a jail in Fulton County, that's trauma. It informs every thought. And so every thought is a source of horror and a source of guilt. Yet I did it.
You talk that?
I feel like I have no choice. So, will you call me whenever we pass?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mayhem. My decision to leave will stay with me for a long time because I'm still forced to relive making a decision that seems so wrong.
There, brother.
Yet so right.
Hang in there, man.
I never would have figured in a million years that I would be leaving early.
There, brother. Bless you.
All right, turn around clockwise.
This has been an eye-opening experience for me. I was thinking I should be doing this with my son. I've let him down. What should have been and had been imagined to be the greatest moment for us, where we would exult in each other's company, and the fact that we completed such a difficult thing. I was there standing alone, in a desperately lonely place, far away from home, without my son. I was thinking the irony that I wanted my son to come out stronger, and yet he's the one that remains, and I'm the one that's out. Doesn't make any sense. Leaving Andrew. I felt like I had to do it, but it doesn't make it any easier. It was probably me all along that needed to toughen up.
I'm envious of your dad.
My dad just recently left. I know that this was a very hard situation for him, that he was struggling. But in some ways, it is a relief that my dad has left because I won't have to worry about him now. I'd only have to worry about myself. And I feel like I'm doing fine in here.
To go back home, see my family. All the things I took for granted, that's what I'm gonna appreciate so much.
Quiet. Quiet. Ooh.
That's what I was.
Like, think about the people who actually have to. It's so different.
I don't see how people continue to come back.
You know, it would be nice to leave. It would be great to pack up tomorrow and fly home and see my family. But I made a promise to myself that unless I had to, I wouldn't tap out. And I'm keeping that promise.
Joshua is my cellmate, and they call him Bullethead.
They were like, woo, 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 woo. And I was like, ee, oh.
The dude's off.
I was like, ee, oh, ah.
He's totally off. There's something wrong with that kid. He's just doing just different stuff that's not normal. My main concerns were just what is he doing in the middle of the night? Because I'm asleep and I don't know what he's doing. He can just totally snap and probably choke me, pull me from the bed down real hard to my head. I think I could take him, but it's just the weirdness. I mean, who knows? I'm definitely most keeping my eye on him.
I was told early on that I would be safe and that my son would be safe. What I discovered along the way that wasn't true. I was ready to go. I mean, really angry. It was like combat for me. I'm mad. I'm going to jail for 60 days. I'm a former Utah State Prison chaplain, and I saw a lot of things I didn't like. I have a bit of an announcement to make. What I'm going to hopefully do is take advantage of my prison experience, have something important to contribute to improving the correctional system. Wanted to see what was up, see if there was something I could do about that. Andrew has an announcement to make.
I'm going too. I'm doing the exact same thing that Dad's doing.
My dad was the one who brought me into this. The biggest fear is that I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, and it could be extremely horrible, it could be extremely scary. I just really don't know.
The thing I'm most nervous about is going in with my son. I think going in alone would be a different story, but having that added burden, I'm worried about my son.
That's the bad thing about being here. Somebody's keeping that. You hear me?
I'm not one of the new guys anymore, so I guess I'm an OG now. You know, I'm one of the originals of the dorms. I'm at a good place right now. A little more relaxed and fitting in with people. You know, more people I've noticed are starting to talk to me that, you know, they're starting to interact with me. I think I'm starting to be one of the guys. I just kind of have this whole mindset of just going with the flow, so it's good to kind of have that feeling.
This is bullcrap.
This has been the most horrific experience of my life.
Baloney that sucks.
It's crappy food. I'm probably gonna die of a bowel obstruction because of the 47,000 bologna sandwiches I've had.
It's bullcrap.
This sucks.
Who feeds this to anybody? I wouldn't feed that to a pig. Well, maybe. Pig.
I'm on my way to the grave. If there's a hospice chaplain around, please call him because I'm on my way out. I need my last rites. I don't want to be in the same unit with Lawrence. I'm trying to get Lawrence out. I had come up with this great idea that I was going to manipulate Lawrence out and get Tyrone in my cell.
Is that something that you've been talking to say, hey, look, I'll give you
Tyrone agreed to it. Now I gotta convince Lawrence.
Lawrence. I said, look, I have a situation. Lawrence, you might not be in your cell home. I'll tell you what I'll do. Every single dessert that I ever get.
I offered him commissary if he would agree to go to another cell alone. Look at me now.
I'm doing this program to learn more about what happens when you go to jail, especially for someone coming from my background who grew up in the hood. I'm doing well for myself, but a lot of the people that I grew up with, they're actually in jail. I grew up with people like this. I went to school with people like this. It makes it so much more comfortable to approach people. The neighborhood that I grew up in, we would always hear gunshots, and then we would hear the next day that someone was murdered.
You know, I had a cousin, 15, he was killed, shot in front of his doorstep.
The inmates that are in here are just so caught up in that lifestyle, and it's really sad.
Even though we can talk through the door, I want to hold him and touch him. And that's as close as I get. I saw Andrew come out of rec. I was so proud of him in that moment because he smiled. Please forgive me. He's doing this like a man. He's teaching me how to do this. He's my backbone here. And I love him.
And I was like, you want me to cut? Yeah. I was like, cut.
I was a little concerned at first just because Bullhead, he seemed more of a rebellious kind of country boy or kind of a Confederate flag kind of guy that, you know, goes wild. I didn't trust him right away. He's a very interesting character. But since he moved in and he kind of settled down, we get along just fine. He's real gifted and artistic. His drawings and stuff is like crazy, outrageous, like good. Nope. I praise him a lot, just saying how good he is and how much he can do if he puts his mind to it. Art, man. That's badass. He really gets happy when I praise him.
Some good artwork in here. Yeah, I encourage him to hang him up instead of putting him in his pocket. Why not express himself in here?
I feel bad for him because he's only 37 years old and he's done 16 years.
Now, this is what I'm gonna do. take these oranges. All right. John, you got a plastic bag?
No, sir.
All right.
I've seen him put all these oranges on the bed. And next thing you know, I'm like, what are you doing? He's, I'm making hooch. I'm like, you're making a hooch now? Wow.
This is what I'm doing. I'm just taking the peels off, and this is gonna be the meat. This is gonna be the mash, all right? Now this is just gonna be a single little per se batch because my roommate doesn't drink. So I'm doing this for Thanksgiving. Here comes the cops. And I'm gonna get all the holes off of this, all right? Bam. Okay, now where are we going? All right, gangsta, gangsta. Top of the list. See, that's kind of spoiled right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that off. I'm trying to get, I want the juice in there, but I don't want this rotten stuff. Okay, I'm gonna tear the meat, so I want the meat inside there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna move it over here just in case Popo comes.
I was really shocked that he was making it right there and then.
Just in case. You know what I'm saying?
I never try to talk Josh out of it. I let him be. That's who he is, and I was actually kind of interested to see how that's gonna be made.
And I'm gonna put the sugar. That's legal. These are legal too. They give them to me in my snack. But me, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it right here is legal.
So you think that'll get you buzzed?
I ain't think, I know. Ain't no thinking about it.
It was exciting. It was like, okay, here we go. This is how they're doing it. You're telling me it takes, 3 or 4 days to ferment.
How many oranges do you need for a batch?
For a whole batch, for a good batch, usually like 12 to 16, or 14 to 16. You can do like a 2-person batch. What I do is I do this mash first, and I just let a bag of juice, like that sugar, that's 21 grams of sugar. And I put that in there, let it sit with no water, and just let it ferment for about 3 to 4 days, closed up, and then and you want the sugar to sit on top of it. And what the sugar is gonna do is it's gonna make the fruit, rot and ferment without water or anything else added to it. And then what I'll do is I'll come back with another bag of juice, and I'll make that kind of thick, and I'll pour that on there. And I'll let that sit for about 6 to 7 days.
Because now he's teaching me how jailbirds live, like lifers live.
Let's go, everybody, to their cell.
12.
Yeah, that's it. This is our room. Towel,
All right.
sink, bathroom.
Thanks. Thanks for the look.
Nice out working.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.